Hey everybody, welcome to Talk, Giggle, Ignite Fridays here at Chats, Consignment Chats. So I am coming off a couple weeks of like absolute craziness. So hope to get a little bit done with you guys here tonight because I am in total work mode. And if we have people join us, I may have a giveaway. We will see. If not, I'll save it for another time. So I was a little indecisive. I have so much stuff to list and go through that I wasn't sure exactly what I should be doing. But I got some bags I'm going to start with here and kind of go through it with you guys, unpack it, get it ready. So here we go. Here we go. All right. Bag number 1. Dr. Scholl's socks. All right. Compression sock, graduated compression. All right. Socks are always a good seller for me. I don't know about you guys. Let's see. Christmas time serving set. So if you pop in the comments, let me know what is new, what I've missed over the past couple weeks in the reselling world, reselling life. I heard Macari is switching back. Samantha updated me on that, so that's kind of cool. Oh, these are cute little shorts. Gap Kids. How cute are they? Love it. All right. And also for my business, Conchi Consignment, I have not been doing live sales. So I feel like totally out of practice with this. And I am losing internet connection. And I'm hardwired here. So I'm not sure what is happening. But we'll make it work. Because that's what we do. All right. Some more Gap Kids shorts. Cute. Some Cornell field hockey shorts. All right, interesting choice. So these are all consignments that I'm going through, not things I have sourced. Hands print ornament. You think this is a kit? I don't know. Let's see. Yep, it is a kit. Looks like it's all in there. All the plaster. That would make such a cute little gift, little handprint ornament, don't you think? Aw, Classic Pooh, Disney's First Christmas, Hallmark ornaments. I know they sell great all year. I love them. I especially love when they have this, a barcode. Awesome. Yes. B is for babies and booties. There you go. Ooh. Love the Hallmark ornaments. Super easy to list. Photo, store. Love it. This I'm not loving so much, but there it is. It is a wooden shoe. Oh, it has something on the bottom. Handmade in Vietnam. Signed. I just don't get that. I don't know. But, we all have our favorites. We all have our biases. So, some more Christmas stuff. A tray. And let's see a couple little things in the bottom here. What are they? Oh, this goes with the tray. All right, they left a note for me. Is it trash or is it gold? So I will get out my metal testing kit and see. And a couple of loose earrings floating around in here. This is interesting. A keychain. I sell a lot of keychains, surprisingly. Kind of store them with my jewelry. And these little cutie patooties. They're little like seed bead, sparkly earrings. Very cute, but they need to go in a little baggie so that you don't get lost. I'm going to put them in here with the other earring. It needs to be tested to see if it is gold. All right, one bag down. That wasn't too bad. All right, and ooh, these are really pretty. Check out those. I might save these for my live sale. Let's see if I can get that. These are Banana Republic earrings. They have little faux turquoise beads on them. They're silver tone. I think those are really, really pretty. I think my live sale customers will like those. And then, I'm not sure I like the looks of this next box. Oh, this isn't bad. All right, Summer Splash, 60 learning cards. I'm sure some people still do learning cards, right? Not every parent, not every child has a screen when they're in the car. Sometimes they need other things to do. All right, what am I going to do with these? Am I going to sell these? I have no idea. VHS tapes. Kingdom of Heaven. Director's Cut, Blu-ray disc. We saw quite a bit of those, surprisingly. Ooh, Boardwalk Empire, complete second season. Hopefully the other seasons are in here too. Yes, yes, yes. First season, second season. I don't know how many seasons there are of Boardwalk Empire. Game of Thrones. I haven't seen Game of Thrones yet. Oh, maybe the whole set is here. Oh my gosh. I know everybody has been telling me I'll like it if I can get past like the goriness. Third season. Ooh, this might be good. Fourth season. All right, what do you guys think? And the first season. Game of Thrones, worth it, not worth it? I know it'll be worth it to sell. I don't have any real doubts about that. But should I watch it first? I don't know. Seems like quite a commitment, right? And how many seasons are there of Game of Thrones? I don't even know. Hopefully that's all the seasons. We'll see. It's Friday night. Cheers. So I'm having a beer. Philadelphia Pale Ale, brewed in the city of brotherly love. Cheers. It's left over from my parents' anniversary party in February. Tastes okay. I can't say I'm loving it, but got some Life magazines. They sell well. Depending on what they are. If there's something special, I'm sure these are all something special because I know who pulled them and set them aside for me. So she's got a pretty keen eye. I just don't know why these are in the same box because she doesn't. Maybe she knows something I don't. I'm not sure. It is possible. Definitely possible. All right. Let's see. Oh, I'm in my squeaky chair. I forgot to change it out before I went live. Oh my gosh. All right. We have, this is cute. A little American Eagle floppy straw hat. That's super cute. Yes, no, maybe. I kind of like it. Although they tease me and my family because the last hat I had, my favorite hat, my mother didn't like it, so she let me borrow it, and it didn't have like the chin strap, and we were out on the boat, and when we were out, the wind was whipping. We were on the bay, and the hat went flying like they told me it would. But I thought I would remember to hold it onto my head, so yeah, kind of lost my hat. Hi, Becky. How are you? Oh, do you like the hat? All right. I kind of like the hat. I'm kind of thinking it's got some like fun summer vibes going with it. I don't know. All right. So Becky, have you seen Game of Thrones? Because I just got all this 4 seasons of Game of Thrones on, I'm guessing it's DVD, not Blu-ray. Let me see. Maybe it's Blu-ray. I don't have a DVD player or a Blu-ray player, but I'm sure in inventory here, there's some I can pick them up. But I've never watched it. Should I watch it before I sell it? Am I going to get obsessed with it? Am I going to get disgusted with it? I don't know. It seems like everybody I know has watched it, and it's kind of over now, but we'll see. All right, we got a bag. All right, these are kind of like a little bit of a bolo, I think. Oh, all right. You recommend, and you're what? See, because that's what everybody was telling me, is that it was really good. I really love it because I love like kind of epic stuff, but I had to get past like the gore and the violence of it. Like I didn't even like. I know it was a really good movie, but like Band of Brothers, like I just couldn't. I didn't like it because of all of that. Yeah. I am solo tonight. Can you believe it? I thought Molly was joining me, but I guess I'm solo. I know Samantha was filling in for like both of us for 2 weeks. So you know what? She really needs some time off. That girl, oh my gosh. She really put it all in. All right. So these are kind of like a bolo. I do really well with these, super easy to list because they're usually barcoded, but hosiery. Shop like stockings, things like that, especially the plus size ones. These are Lane Bryant. These will sell pretty quickly and very well. Yeah, and they're so easy. They're easy to store. They're easy to ship. I love it. Becky, what's your favorite thing to sell? Well, these are cute. Check out these like duck boots, Nautica. I might put those aside for the live sale. Let's see what size they are, if they're a popular size. 8. Yeah, I think I'm going to put these aside for the live sale. These are size 8. If they were an 8.5, I need them around here. You have a pond in my backyard, and I like to walk back there, so. Yeah, so I'm just showing stuff. Oh, yeah, sure. Let me see. I'll send you the link. Let's see. What's the best way to send it? I guess I would need, let me see. I can send it. Copy. Let's see. It's letting me do Facebook Messenger. Let me see if you come up. There you are. All right. Let me know if you get it. If not, I can email it. If you don't use Facebook Messenger, I think it went through. That would be fun. Thank you. Yes, you can put your email in there, and then you can delete it if you want. Yeah. Oh, we have Becky Consigns in here. How's it going? We were just chatting about Game of Thrones. I got the 4 seasons in on consignment, and I wasn't sure if I should watch it or just consign it. I'm back and forth. Becky said yes, definitely worth it, but she was a wimp, so she had to watch it with her husband. I'm here solo, so I don't know. Will I freak out? No, I don't really freak out. I don't. All right. Let me see. All right. Let's see if Becky, if you got it, let me know. If you didn't, just let me know your email, and I will certainly send it out that way. That's Becky G. If Rebecca, you want to come on too, I can also send you the link. That is totally up to you. I'm just unpacking some fun boxes I have here. And I have so much work to do that I'm hoping to get some of this done. Yeah. This is an apartment 9 purse. I mean, the colors are cute, huh? It's kind of funky. Kind of fun. Maybe that'll be an item for the live sale. We don't get too many orange items, actually. And let's see. Becky, what are you working on this evening? Zara girls, a girl's shirt, size 13, 14. That's cute. Oh, okay. All right. Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to run out of items here. I have the Hallmark ornaments that I'm going to post. Those I'm excited about. I'm excited about the stockings because those are the things that sell. Little nightie. Awesome. And I forgot to turn on my do not disturb, so hopefully you're not hearing all that dinging and blinging. So how's everybody's sales been for the past couple weeks? I don't have a good gauge since I was away, but I'm surprised how many yeah, it will be a party. I'm surprised how many sales I had with my store on time away. I mean, I can't complain about that at all. But I'm kind of curious what it was like. If my sales were decent with time away, I'm hoping you guys were all like rocking it for the past 2 weeks. I really hope that's the case. These look like all right. So this is all plus size and girls items, but like bigger girl sizes, like 14, 12, which are great. Some Lane Bryant jean shorts. Those are super. Well, I don't know about I mean, this seems like an ill-placed, like little distress, like little cut. It's like right below the pocket there. I don't. No judgment. No judgment. Okay. It's definitely intentional, but doesn't that seem like it? Let me see. Maybe it's patched in. No, it's like a real hole. Like right below the pocket, guys. What the heck? I'm gonna have to make sure that I really disclose that in the photos. Oh, these are cute. XXL, like rayon, like Hawaiian print women's shorts. And they have pockets. Oh my gosh, they have pockets. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm hoping at the bottom of this box there's some items that I cannot find. What kind of cleats are these? They kind of lace on the side. I'll just look up the Nike style number, but I don't know what kind of. Oh, these must be older ones because there's not the style code on there. They're total 90. But I'm bad with sports, so I'll need some help with that. Yeah. I'll need some help with that. All right. Stone Mountain. Who knows Stone Mountain? All right. So Stone Mountain, when I first started selling, let's see, like 12, 13 years ago, Stone Mountain was the absolute like grandma brands of purses. Like they're really nice. Most of them, they used to be really nice leather. A lot of them they make like the vegan leather now. Let's see what this one is. I can't tell straight up, but does not. I am not finding the tag here. Sniff test. It smells like leather. But anyway, Stone Mountain used to be the total grandma brand, and I don't know, like they kind of like took it up a notch and made it a little nicer, a little, well, not nicer, but a little more modern. But I don't know if it really took that off that much more in popularity. But yes, It was the grandma brand. I don't know if anybody remembers that. All right, name this pattern. Name this Vera pattern. Bonus box to anybody that can name it. It's not coming to me, but ooh, let's see. What brand is this? Has a Ross 29. Alfred Dunner. Oh, that's another total grandma brand. Alfred Dunner. But they have also upped their game recently. I've got a couple of really cute Alfred Dunner things, but like back, 12 years ago, they would be the polyester like grandma pants. I wonder whose consignment this is. I don't know. I don't know whose box this is, but I didn't look yet. But there's an interesting mix of items, I must say. Very interesting. All right, that IPA is growing on me. Gap, size 33. That's a good one. Oh, wait, are they women's or men's? I think there are women's. Darn, I was excited because 33 is a hard size to find in men's. I don't know what it equates to. Let me see what the waist measurement is. About 19, so 30. 38-inch waists. Yeah, those are women's. Right? 38, 19%. Yeah, 38. Well, these are cute too. Kind of some harem pants. Love to lounge. Oh! Becky's in the house. Hey! Thank you so much for coming to hang out. I'm so excited. All right.
I forgot to silence the other show. Sorry. Was there an echo?
I didn't hear it. It must have happened so quickly. Yeah. How are you?
Good. It's good to meet you officially. Yes, this is exciting.
Yes. I was so thrilled. I'm like, Samantha's right. This is kind of hard to do by yourself. Like, I do a lot of live selling and stuff, but by myself, but not anything.
I was just hanging out. I saw you on. I was like, girlfriend looks lonely. She's always got the Brady Bunch with the tiles of everybody around her. I'm like, I'll ask her if she wants company. So here we are.
Thank you. That's very brave of you, I must say.
I don't mind. So I have like a really young little baby YouTube channel, and I just basically hop on and like chat with people, and then I'm on other people's channels sometimes. So I guess for me, I don't mind so much, but it's funny. You and I, we're actually neighbors. I live in Pennsylvania. I'm like just on the border of Delaware. So like a little bit further south, but like we're close, but so far.
Wait, so you like Westchester area or
just south of Westchester, like more Kennett, Avondale?
Okay, so my sister lives in Westchester.
Okay,
yeah. So my mom lives next door to me here. I'm more like in the Scranton area now, but she's actually down in Westchester right now, because it's what school district is it? Oh my gosh,
it's like Unionville and Westchester. I'm not Westchester. I don't know all of them.
Right,
but so did you move from Conchi to Scranton area?
I moved from Conchi to Allentown, and then was there for a couple of years, and then back up to Scranton, where I'm from. Yeah.
I love that. But still Pennsylvania, so good.
Still cool. Pennsylvania, yeah. But I love your area. You're right next to the biggest mushroom producing area, right? Kennett Square.
For the record, we are the mushroom capital of the world. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it smells great too, doesn't it?
What mushrooms growing. Yep, it's lovely. It's not so bad. It just depends on which way the wind is blowing.
Yeah. You definitely get used to it, I think. Yeah, I'm so excited I'm so excited like you're right there in that area. I spent a lot of time down there. That's so crazy to me.
Yeah, it's a small world. So how did I find you guys? I found your channel just I'm a consignment seller, so like I think I was just like looking for consignment like information because there's not so many of us out there, surprisingly. At least like
Mhm.
the resellers that I talk to, few and far between the consignment
Yes.
people. You know what? It might have been when I was looking for contract help because I was like, I really
Yeah.
need a contract, and you guys broke it down so beautifully. I
Oh,
use like a
thank you.
version of the C chats, contract.
Oh!
And then like hearing you talk, you're Pennsylvania, and the girls are so easy, and you guys are all like relatable to listen to, and I'm like, oh, these are my people.
Yeah. Oh
So,
my gosh,
yeah,
that's
so
so
good to
cool.
talk to you
I'm
live. Yeah,
so excited.
yeah, very
So
very cool.
you can put, do you want to put a link to your channel in the comments? Go ahead and do
Oh
that
yeah,
for
thank you.
sure,
Okay.
because people will see it like after the fact and everything. I'm so
Full
excited.
disclosure, I haven't been live in a long time. So what I usually do on my channel is
Yeah.
as a consignment seller when I'm processing, like, and I think, is that what you're doing? Are you taking in stuff from your own haul, or are you processing for a consignment?
What I was doing now is just consignment, like unboxing different consigners. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Which I
So
don't normally, I never do on consignment chats. Like I'll do that on my like Conchi consignment, like my business account, but I never do it on C chats.
well, that's pretty much all my channel is
Yeah.
just me because it's like, okay, this is boring and tedious. So I might as well hop on and like while I'm processing my things, look at what I have, which is kind of fun because it's like a blind bag, except I sell everything. I'm an everything seller. So
Ooh,
sometimes I
yeah.
have like really cool, I've gotten like Lululemon from Lululemon to Lularoe. How about that? Everything in between.
That is my
So,
kind of girl right
yeah, right.
there.
And
Yeah.
everything in between. So I do just I try to keep it fun and interesting, but then I'll talk to people on YouTube, but I haven't been on in a while because I just hired an employee, which is really like
Oh,
branching out for me. I
yeah.
have 33 consignment clients. I just got a new one, so 33, and I have volume, but I can't like clone myself. So I'm like, if I can't clone myself, I need to hire. And so she's helping me like with photography, which is really good. But in the meantime, I've been coming away from YouTube because my time is just, now spent with her more. So
I
yeah.
hear you. Yes, it is challenging. All right, so you're doing photography. Oh, I have to show you. So we've been in our mastermind group, I have people that photograph for me. And I was having like they just do the photographs.
Okay,
And
tell
then
me
they do
more. Like they do it where does that happen? Like in your
so
house?
one is in my house, like right here, like on the
Okay.
other side of that stone wall.
Okay.
There's a photography area, and the other one is remote. And she takes this stuff. She will come pick up this stuff, or she'll source stuff, and she photographs it, and then she'll bring it to me when it's photographed.
Now that's trust. That's real because like for me, I'll be like I don't yeah, I think I need to refine my process because I've only just started with my
Yeah.
photography helper, and I'm very careful. Like I don't give her anything really that has like stains or flaws or things that like are fussy, or how I have consignment friends that like they hate photographing black because of all like the lints. So like if it's
Right.
black or navy, I'm like I'll just do that myself. So I'm a little bit particular, and I think I'm getting better. Like I need to let some of that go because listed is better than not listed at all. And if it's listed like not exactly how I want it, we have to deal. We're gonna be okay, right? But
Yes.
for you
Progress
to just be
over
like, here's my
perfection.
pile, go to town. I'm like, oh my God, let me what like I need to like, learn from you with that.
It's a process. It's hard. So does she take this stuff, or does she photograph in your space?
No, yeah, she comes here to
Yeah.
my little studio, and it's like it's my guest room, so it's a
Yeah.
pretty decent sized room, but we just move around each other because it's not
Okay.
huge, and we work together. And I think that's probably the biggest thing is that we get along so beautifully, and we just chat the
Mm-hmm.
whole time, which is great.
Oh, that's
And
so
she's
fun.
working, I'm working, and it's lovely. And as she's been working with me, her photography is getting so great, and it was good to start with, but like now she really understands like what are we looking for, like at first I think she was like, why do you want that, or what are we doing, or like, do I need the tags because I have some kids clothes. I'm like, you don't need to take pictures of the care tag on a kids clothes. So
Yeah.
it's been great, but just learning curve for me, learning curve for her.
Yeah. I mean, it's my latest helper. Um, started, God, I don't know, 2 months ago, maybe, the one that takes the items. And like, so the photographs will be, just with the background removed. And I wasn't like, let's see, how do you say, like, all right, let's say I have 10 pair of black pants, right? And all I have is the photographs. It's so hard to distinguish.
Yes. Right. One from the other.
What,
yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna grab this if you don't mind. Hold on. I'll show you what I did.
Yeah. While you're getting that, I'll share my process. And by the way, it looks like this is like the Becky show, because there's Becky Consigns in the chat and Rebecca of Pollywog Flats, and I'm Becky. So you were just like surrounded.
I think Becky and Rebecca might be the same person.
I was wondering that. Okay. Hi, Rebecca. Becky, it's good to meet you.
Switched it around.
Yeah, which is good.
All right, so I came up with this binder. Okay. Well, really, our mastermind group kind of came up with this binder. So what it is it has everything in here.
Oh, and like everything as in like processes?
So no. So it's going to be like a template. So if they have, well, I want to show you this. All right. So if they have a shirt, I'm going to have them write down the basics of the shirt.
Ah, okay.
Right. I'm going to have them start to measure it. And then when they're done with the photography of the shirt, I'm going to have them take a picture of this template. So what I did was I put it in a sleeve here, like.
Oh, so you can dry erase it?
So we just dry erase it. Yeah.
Smart.
And then there's a marker like between each of the photos, because sometimes like I only see her once a month. So she'll have like 1,000 items for me.
Ooh.
Right. Okay. So like this, I think it'll slow her down a little bit, which is good, because I'm the one that does the next step and I'm overwhelmed. And so she'll be doing a little bit more, but then there'll be like the divider between all them. And I just made these like a different sheet for like handbags and miscellaneous, home goods, all that stuff, because I sell everything as well.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. We haven't used it yet. I'm so I just finished it today. I had my daughter put the stuff in the binders.
Yay.
And I'm like, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
It's so cool. Like I'm a systems person. Like one of the biggest things, like you'll hear me say, is don't reinvent the wheel. Like, why are we making this harder? I'm doing the same thing repetitively. This isn't like we're not just doing it for the first time every time. So like, let's just come up with a process that's streamlined. And as she and I are working together, like I actually was just teasing her the other day, because she had something ready to go on the hanger on the photography wall. And then she took it down to do the tags. I'm like, why are you taking it down? It's already there, hung. Take the hung picture. Like, no, I have a system. I take the tags first so you can see the start of a new product, whatever. I was like, okay, I shouldn't mess you up. I'm sorry. Because I'm all about efficiency.
When somebody else is doing it, like you can see it from the outside. Like sometimes I'll just be like, all right, well, do it this way. Yeah. And they'll be like, oh, I've been doing it this, and their way is better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah. All right, cool.
So that was in the beginning. Like the first few times, I'm like, this is how I do it, and this is why I do it that way, because it's like it hurts my arms less, or it's quicker. I can just flip it, and this is the order that I need it, whatever. And now that she's been doing it for a while, and I said, make it your own, make it your own. She's a petite little thing. So she's like, it's too tall for me. Cause like, I'll ask them like, why are you doing it like that? She's like, I can't reach. I'm like, do I need to move the nail? Like, so we're working things out, but now it's like, this is her process. And she has figured out what's the most efficient for her, the way she thinks, the way she processes, and all of that. So it's been cool. And I've learned from her. And learning also how to be a boss, like how to manage somebody and get along. Like we're in this tiny little space and whatever. It's been great. I'm so pleased, but it's there's been potential for it to go wrong, I guess.
I mean, I started with like the store and a lot of employees, and I, after 3 years, went down to just myself because I was so burned out of managing people. Like it just, I knew I didn't like it, and it wasn't for me. So everybody I have now is an independent contractor. So if If it works, it works. I mean, it's still, challenging, but it's like, all right, if it works, it works. If it doesn't,
yeah.
Yeah,
You just got to roll with it and see what feels good. And every personality is different. What works for one employee might be different for someone else. I am so jealous of you when I hear you talk about the brick and mortar. Like, I think we all probably as resellers like flirt with the idea, like, and I know trying it and in actuality, it's good or bad or whatever. It's just, there's so many times when I'm like, oh, that would be such a great spot for a location. Or I wish I could. I think more for me, I want more opportunities to sell things. Like I wish, like, again, multiplying myself to have now photography and listing help. I just want more of things gone. Because as consignment sellers, I feel like people are always asking, at least they're asking me, hey, can you sell my things for me? Like I even have a text. I have to respond to this woman. She texted me tonight. I didn't even get to see what she has those little stiff animals.
Oh,
yeah, she sent me, look at she's so cute. She sent me all these pictures, bowls, china. I don't even know.
Wow.
I haven't even looked at these yet. I could be showing something inappropriate.
I've done that.
Yeah, sorry. I know this is your channel. I'll keep it clear. I mean, she's a senior citizen. I assume that she's not like trying to prank me.
I'm sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know the texts and the calls come in like every single day. People are always like, how are you going to get your inventory? How do you get inventory? I'm like, believe
not a
me,
problem. Not a
you
problem.
Can't walk down the street and somebody isn't asking you. Every family function I go to, it does not fail. Somebody's like, oh, I have this. Oh, I have a bag in the trunk of my car. Oh, I have this. I have that. I'm like,
great.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. But I do have thousands of items to process right now.
So what's your tip on saying no? Like, have you been more discerning with like the quality or the I don't know, like the type of things? Like, how have you worked around that?
Well, I've been maybe not as discerning with the type of items. I've been more discerning with the consigners themselves.
Okay, right.
Like you want to please everybody, you want to do something for everybody. So I've been much, much more like I've fired consigners. I've, just really culled it down to the people that from the pumpkin plan. We did the pumpkin plan and book club that meet my immutable laws, like of trust, like people that trust me and I trust them. Like if somebody gives me a red flag, I'm just like, I don't really think it's going to be a good fit. We don't really do that kind of thing. Or I don't think I'm going to be able to, get you what you want or, satisfy you as a consigner. So,
right.
And I'll refer them if they're decent, but just not for me. I just refer them to another seller. And if they're not good, I don't give them a referral if I think they're going to be difficult. But so yeah, again, the type of items, like I know I like to take things that have a $20 and up resale value.
Mm-hmm.
However, this is where I struggle because a lot of my consigners don't want to sort stuff. They'll have super high end stuff and they'll have just
it's all thrown together.
Old Navy t-shirt, right?
Right.
Like, so I found that years ago when we tried to say, just, $20 and up or $30 and up, that we weren't getting a lot of the good stuff because those people they're not really concerned about the money. They couldn't be wasting their time sorting stuff for us. So,
right.
Yeah. So how do you control, like, what are your parameters and how do you handle that?
Well, the reason I asked is because I'm clearly like a work in progress. I'm like, what I just like you said, I have trouble saying no. Like it's a hard fine line. I think one of the things that's helped me is on my consignment contract, I say to them, like if you have a certain amount that you want things to go for, like if this is like your precious prized possession, your grandmother's heirloom, whatever, and you really don't want to part with it unless it gets X amount, you need to tell me that up front. But thankfully, all my consigners are really chill, and they basically say, "I never want to see this stuff ever again."
And so when I ask them, you want,
right? So like you're talking about, like, are they fussy? It's like, well, do you care what kind of return you get? Like, as in, if I lot this up, are you okay with that? But knowing that they don't care about it is like if I ended up having to redonate it, they've literally signed the contract saying that they're okay with that. But in my heart, I do try to get return as much as possible for every single item. With that said, I am then listing the Old Navy t-shirt and whatever else. And I think that's where like I struggle because you have to spend the same amount of time, whether I'm photographing this high-end, jacket or this little girl's jacket, I'm spending the exact same or thereabouts amount of time photographing, listing, and getting it all up. And so it's a struggle. And so what I try to do with my process is I try to mix some high-end things with my lower-end things so that I'm every day when I'm uploading and getting my listings live, I'm not just listing like today's a junk day, I'm not going to make any money,
Right.
But I don't have a great process, and I need to kind of figure some of that out. Like I have been actually selling live on YouTube, which is kind of different for me. And that's like my bargain basement situation where like I just will get on and sell things for $1, $2, and I process it because it's all going directly to me. And I'm processing through PayPal. The fees aren't bad, so I'm not sharing the fees with like Poshmark or eBay. So that's kind of been a solution, but I'm still spending time, right? I'm still like spending the time to sell it live. Yeah. So I don't have a good, the jury's out on that one. I'm still working through.
Yeah. So, all right. So here's how I made my decision of like what I sell and what I don't sell is at the end of the 60-day consignment contract, everything becomes my inventory. Whatever's consigned becomes store inventory.
Right. That makes sense. Okay.
Whatever I want. So that is what allows me, I guess, to take lower dollar value items than most people will take on consignment. Like most people, it's $50. Most people, it's like a hard $50 mark for them to make their money back.
Right.
I do lower because it becomes my inventory, and I know it usually will sell eventually. And, so even if it's not a high demand item, I like to have a volume in my store. I just think it helps with the algorithm, just like the quick turnover and, the lower dollar value items. But
so do people give you a hard time about things becoming your possession?
No.
Yeah. And you said it was after how many days? 90 days? 60?
60. I do 60. Yeah.
So do you feel that most of the items you're turning over after 60 days, like that would feel pressured with that? Like there are some people who they give me their things and I tell them I'm on a 6-week wait period, and like I will take possession of your item, but I can't even touch it, for that long.
Right.
I would feel pressured like to have things selling through. Does that not bother you?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like we do our best to sell it. If you give me things that have a high value and a high sell-through rate, that's on you. They're going to sell.
Yeah. Okay.
If you don't, they won't. They might not. And I just let people know that up front. Like if somebody says, "Oh, do you take men's suits?" Yeah, we do men's suits, but the sell-through rate isn't that great.
Right.
Or whatever the item is. Like I'll just be upfront when they ask me. That's so, and I say that's really up to you if you want to do that. And most people are like, yeah, I just take it.
Right. I just never want to see this again ever.
Yeah. Hi, Kristen.
I know Kristen too. I don't know if I know her from your channel or from somewhere else on YouTube.
She's everywhere. She's famous.
Okay.
She was the Let's Do Lunch podcast. And she does a lot with Angie Resells. They're like best buds.
Oh, yeah, that must be it too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's funny. YouTube seems so incredibly vast. And then sometimes it's like, nah, it's pretty small. Like or maybe it's just all us crazy resellers. We'll just really hang out together. And it's actually one of the things I love about this community. Everyone's been so helpful. It's not like cutthroat where like, Libby, if you give me advice, like, I hope I'm not taking away. I don't think in any way I'm taking away from your business, because I'm not attacking your customers. I'm not taking your profits. You're selling your stuff. I'm selling my stuff, and we all get better together, as opposed to like a competitive kind of catty environment. Like reselling has just been so lovely. Everyone has been so wonderful to work with and help support me in my journey. It's been cool.
I have to agree. I feel the exact same. Like it's just amazing what people will give.
Yeah.
It shocks me all the time how much love it.
Yeah. Well, and also, I mean, kudos to you for cultivating this really, like, your part of the YouTube reseller community is everyone who I've seen in the chats and everything just seems to be so lovely and just incredible. And the way that you and the girls kind of work together and your, the dialogues and the information, I feel like all your videos are curated and really helpful and
Oh,
thoughtful
thank
about like what
you.
you're putting out there for us. And yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, our community is just a group of the most amazing people. I was going to say women, but no, there's men too. That wouldn't be right. It's mostly women, but there are a few men. Has been so just incredible. Like I just like count them as a blessing every single day of my life. And we do in our Patreon group, we do every morning, we do motivation and every weekday morning, we do motivation in minutes. So a bunch of us meet for 10 minutes at 8:50, from 8:50 to 9 o'clock every morning. And it sounds so cheesy. Like it totally just changed my life and it changes my day.
I love
It's so
that.
crazy. And the girls were like, they brought that, and I was like, yeah, like I'm not gonna do that. Like, you think I'm gonna I don't like to be online so much.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you guys are nuts. Like that's the craziest idea I've ever heard. Like, no, all right, I'll do it with you for a week or
Fine.
those. Meanwhile, we're all like, oh my God, this is like the best thing that ever happened to us.
Oh, now it's like one of the favorite parts of your week, right?
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
I feel like even when I was away, I missed it. Like when I was on vacation, I'm like, I wonder how everybody's doing. Like, are they getting each other all pumped up for the day? And I'm missing out.
Yeah. I've been loving like your listening challenges too, because it's like just everyone's working collectively towards the same goal. I think that's part of what led me to like start my YouTube, is just that this can be really like single focus because you're kind of in your own lane, in your own space, running your own business. And then you feel like I want to talk to people, like who's doing the same thing, who's got what going on. It can be isolating or lonely because you're working, for yourself or your own little business. And it's cool to do the listening challenges with you guys and work alongside everybody.
I find it so incredibly motivating when everybody is, just working. Like I do so much better. It just levels you up. You have to level up, right? When you see somebody like hitting it so hard and they're like all pumped to do it. I wish Molly was in town now, because I'd be like, can you do one right now to get me like back up off the ground?
Where is she? Is she on vacation, you said?
She's she's on vacation.
Good for her.
We went from the reseller relaxation cruise, and then she went up the coast of California to her in-laws in Olympia, Washington. Like she drove up and everything.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. So she'll be there for 50 days.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She'll be working some of those days.
Still good for her.
I know. Isn't that exciting?
So you're here in Pennsylvania. Molly's home base is in the South somewhere, right? Like South Carolina?
She's in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Carolina. Okay. Yeah. And you guys are working on the business together. And then you have someone else doing photography at her location, right?
So all right. So for Conchi Consignment, how it works is Molly works for me. So it's my business.
Okay.
And the best way I can she runs the North Carolina location. She has consigners, she does sourcing, she does everything. She does shipping, photography, and she doesn't really have any helpers or, virtual assistants or anything. She runs it all in-house with her husband, but that's like the North Carolina location.
Right.
Okay. And then, so as a business, she's almost treated like a consigner. Like she earns a percentage of all her sales, which is a higher percentage than like a consigner is.
Right.
Because she's doing everything.
But she's doing all the work for it.
She's sourcing the inventory. She does everything, right? It's just like another location. But I treat it as she's a consigner is the best way I could describe it.
Right. Okay.
So then I have stuff in Pennsylvania. But then I have a lot of helpers here.
Right.
So I think
the person who's helping you with the photography, it made me think, if she's helping you, you said sometimes she'll give you like 1,000 things at once, right? Because she's like doing it in bulk. do you not go live with those items until you actually have physical possession of them? Oh, she's
Right.
not doing the listing, right? Because she's just the photography.
She's
right?
well, she starts the list. She uploads the photos to a listing.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
to our
Right.
consignment software. Well, I
then
just taught her to do that. So
we'll see
see
how it goes. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Because if you
but
see her once a month, then you're getting things in this big influx,
yeah.
and then you're finishing the listings, but they don't go live until you take possession.
Right.
Yeah,
So they don't go live. So like even the stuff I have backlogged, like when the clock doesn't start counting on the 60 days until that actually goes live on a selling platform.
Right. Okay. So that's helpful for your consigners to know too, because they'd be like, well, 60 days, but you've had it for, how long or whatever.
Yeah.
I need to. So talk to me about your pricing then, because you're really being competitive with the pricing to make sure it's going to move within 60 days, right? I need to get better about that.
Yeah. Okay. So because it is like Molly and I use if she sources a lot of inventory. So a lot of the stuff she sells is her own. She's paid for it. Like we were laughing because we had the same exact pair of New Balance sneakers. She had like same size, same style, same condition, everything.
Okay.
And so mine were a consignment clients, hers were her own that she had sourced and paid for. So there was a price differential, even though it was the same eBay store.
Right,
right. Two exact same pair of shoes. They were priced. I think there was a $30 difference between them.
Yeah. Well, they would have to be. Yeah.
One was 90. I don't remember what the prices were, but I'm going to say one was 60 and one was 60 and one was 90.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, mine sold first, and hers sold after that.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so you do have to kind of watch that and think about the pricing, because it's my goal to sell it in the 60 days. Or it's how long is your consignment contract?
So that was actually one of the things that I took from the Consignment Chats template, and I was like, making it my own, obviously. And I think the verbiage is like, the consignment period will be open-ended. Please let me know if you want your items back. As in, it could just be indefinite. Like if your item never sells. So I have one consignor who's given me over 1,000 items. Like I have a lot of their things. Mm-hmm. And so there's no direct order with which, obviously it's kind of like a first in, first out, the order that I try to approach things. But if you've given me 1,000 items, I'm going to seasonally prioritize. I'm going to list bathing suits and, spring shorts and whatever first in this season. And then as things go. So to keep it open-ended, because they've given me everything at once, just kind of made sense. And eventually it'll sell. So I have no problem with that. I also have space to keep storage. So that's not a problem for me either. But my other thing is I put it right there in my contract, and I have like a consignment, like best practices or like things to know for consignment one sheet. And I put it right on there. I price high, and then I lower the pricing over time to try to get us both the highest return on our investment. But in my model, I'm not looking for the quick flip. I'm looking for the, highest value, highest return. So,
okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're open-ended, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. We do have some horror stories in our community of open-ended consignment contracts.
Tell me how they ended. Like I need to know.
Well. Not well, Becky. Not well.
Oh dear. Okay.
So we, in the future, maybe that's something you wanna look at, even if it's a long period of time, even if it's a year, or 2 years. Like,
so what are the pitfalls? Like what am I not thinking about? Because I have now, like I said, 33 consigners, and I've been with some of them for multiple years, and I haven't yet faced anything. I do have some people who just ask me more like, oh, how's this doing? How's that doing? But more because they're interested, not as much like, it's not nagging as much as it's like, oh, I really thought that was going to go quick or whatever.
Right.
Like, what are some of the things?
Well, imagine that like amplified,
Okay.
as you grow your consignment base, like answering those questions. People will get upset about certain items not selling, or the price they're selling for. Like it just amplifies everything, and like that can drag on for 10 years, like it can just drag on, and as the time will definitely like amplify that. I don't think you want somebody, this sounds terrible, but like breathing down your neck for 10 years about an item, and you're thinking to yourself, like, if you never take possession of that item or they don't get it back, like they're going to be saying, oh, can I have that item back, or whatever happened to my, Nana's silver
Right.
tray.
Yeah.
And it does become very unmanageable. And there's the other fact of, like, if somebody passes or there's an estate or they're moving, what are they gonna, like, are they gonna want you to keep the items? Are you going to get stuck selling them for 10 years? Are you going to, like, because there will be a point where you run out of space and things like that. And then that's going to be cutting into your profits for years.
Yeah. That's a good
cover
point.
your inventory.
Well,
there's a million reasons. Yeah. But we've had a lot of people do it that way. I've never seen, this sounds terrible. I shouldn't even be saying. I was going to say I've never seen a success. Maybe you're going to be the success story with it, Becky. I don't know.
Here's hoping. Yeah. Well, I haven't. It's funny because I'm until this conversation, I haven't had any reason to think that it was a problem. Like, I haven't come upon it on my own to say, oh, I should probably change my terms because this isn't working out. And maybe it's also because,
and you might not for 5 years, but think of 5 years and how many consigners you're going to have all this legacy stuff with over the course of 5 years. It's going to be hundreds of people you're dealing with at that point.
I have acknowledged now, and it's what we spoke about earlier, is just needing to clone myself, which is why I've hired help at this point. So it was just things have gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I have so much inventory and I have so many people who still want to consign with me that if I want this train to keep moving forward, Mama's got to hire some people, and that's where that came from. So
that's so exciting, and I'm so thrilled for you. I just love it. I love talking to other consignment sellers. I mean, my gosh. There's so many people that do consignment and don't admit it is the other thing.
Well, I kind of felt like, how could I not if I'm doing this and my friends and family? I mean, that's how it generally starts with us, right? And it's like they're seeing you're successful. They're like, I want to jump on that party bus, and I want some of that and whatever. And then they get excited because you're helping them get rid of their things, and getting things gone is rewarding, I think, for everybody, and turning it into cash and all that kind of stuff. So, so it's been good. It's been rewarding. I think the reason I started just reselling in general is to get things out of my house, be more minimalist, and clear things out. And of course that has changed. You can't be minimalist when you're surrounded by other people's stuff. But I think also just keeping them out of the landfills and the sustainability component, that speaks to my heart. Like, if you're not using something, let me get it gone and find a good home where somebody can use it and will love it and enjoy it and actually want it in their space. So that's been rewarding for me to do it on like a high level now.
It is so, it really, and you are in, like, your area is a pretty, like, let's say, like, affluent kind of, there's a lot of antiques, right? Like, I would have a lot, when I had the store, I remember a lot of people from your area would come and source antiques for their antique stores, but I would also go there because there's so many, like, cool places, and there's so much history and just amazing things.
Yeah, it is a really cool spot. You're absolutely right with all the antique stuff, and it's right by the Brandywine battlefield, and so there's that little bit of history, but it's a very like artisan culture. There's a lot of artists, and Andrew Wyeth and all that is like really in this area, and also just socioeconomically, it's like my photography helper. She says to me so often, she's like, I can't believe how many things you have consigning with tags still on them. Why do so many things still have tags on them? I'm like, it's because just socioeconomically in my area, people can, this is my opinion, I don't know if it's factual, but I think people can afford to buy things and they're like, nah, okay, like, it didn't fit, I didn't like it, I didn't return it in time. And then they just had it in their closet and like, okay, let's just get rid of it. Whereas I think in some other parts of the country, people would be like, that didn't fit, I'm returning that to the store, or they're not going to miss that 30-day return window. And I'm not saying either which way is right or wrong. I just think that that's how it happens to be here. So I am poised for success where I am and all that stuff. I just need to clone myself.
No, you have your helper. That's the first step. That's the hardest, I think. especially when you're in your home. Like my home now is set up. When I was in like the Allentown area, I was not set up. It was like my office was on the second floor of my home. My inventory storage was on the third floor of my home.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So whoever came to help me had to
Running up and down.
and had to go through my home, right? So it had to be somebody I knew, trusted. I didn't, was okay with the dog. I was afraid. I had little chihuahuas that they were going to bite them, right? Like, all those little things that you worry about. That was a little challenge. That part was like super challenging for me.
Yeah.
And my third floor was like a converted attic. Like somebody could hit their head. Like it wasn't, it was safe, but it wasn't great.
Well, when you think about it as like an employee-employer relationship, it's like you want to now make sure someone's safe. And, you think about all those things. If you're having your friends over, you just be like, oh, watch your head. If you clunk your head, oh, well, it's your friend.
Right.
They're not going to sue you. But if it's an employee, you really have to be then caring for their well-being in a different way. So I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. So that really limited me. I was excited to move into my new space because it's the basement where I am now is all my store. It has a separate entrance. It has a bathroom. It has a kitchenette. It has photography. Like it has everything here. So then like nobody has to go through my house. They never have to go upstairs. Not that, anybody I have working here can go upstairs. It's not that point, but I would be open to having somebody come in and ship or somebody I didn't know, trying it out. So, I think I lost you. Did you freeze? Or did I freeze and I don't even know it? I don't know. Becky, come back. Becky, come back. You're so fun. All right. So I can pull a couple more things out of the box here while we wait for Becky to come back. There's something giant in here. Hold on. What is this? Oh, this is it's for cupcakes. It's got cupcakes. That'll be definitely an expensive shipment unless it's close. $14.99 at Ross. I don't know. Worth selling? I don't know. I'll give Becky a second to see if she comes back. If not, we will wrap this party up. Drink markers, like the wine charms. Brad, Josh, Mitch. They're called drinking buddies. That's kind of funny. I hadn't seen those before. They're kind of cute. Oh, so little story. I don't do a whole lot of plush. It's not really my thing, but my daughter was impressed because I knew what Jellycat was because she was showing me. She said, I'm no longer a stuffed animal hoarder. She loves stuffed animals. She always did since she was little. I think she still has like 90% of them. She said, I'm no longer a stuffed animal hoarder. She's 21. She said, I am now a collector. I have a Jellycat. It is really cute. It's a sandwich. All right, this is really pretty. Check this. Well, you can't tell with my watch on. Hold on, let me take my watch off. This is Chloe and Isabel, Jen Atkin. It is a beautifully made bracelet bangle. I might have to put that in my live sale. There's a lot of good stuff for the live sale. I think the drinking buddies might have to go in the live sale. I think, I pulled out a lot of stuff that was going to be good. Maybe even the Game of Thrones if I decide if I'm going to watch it first. I don't know. This is cute. Isn't he cute? Oh, she's back. You're back. I miss you.
I'm sorry. You were like mid-sentence and I got kicked off.
Yeah. What were we chatting about? Now I forget.
We were talking about having people in our homes and the trust factor of having no, I completely agree with you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, I'm loving this. This is giving me freedom to have more helpers for sure. But so do you have people like does your helper like come through your house?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like you. Everything is in the basement. So she just, she comes in the front door and then we get right to work down in the basement. Yeah. We're both chatty. So I feel like I'm like, let's get down into the studio so we can chat while we're working. Cause otherwise we'll just sit in my like kitchen and talk, So, we, go right downstairs. And then at the end of the day, for some reason, she has an older phone and we airdrop the pictures that she took to me, and my router's on the main floor. So I think that it just doesn't work so well in the basement sometimes. Yeah. So we just go upstairs and finish up, and she uploads all the pictures, and then I pay her upstairs, and then, she's out. But she's so, like, she really is a gem. And I think the whole, like, it could go so badly so easily, I guess I could say. Like,
no, I don't think that.
Well, but I guess because I'm working so closely with her, like we're spending literal hours together every week. And she used to be a nurse. So she's used to being on her feet. Like imagine someone who's like needing.
Nurses are the best.
Oh my God.
Nurses and teachers. Nurses and teachers. Yes.
Yeah. And so she just has a really strong work ethic. Like, I'm like, do you need a break? Do you want to stop? Do you need anything? Do you want coffee, tea, water, snacks, whatever? And she's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, oh my gosh. She's just so accommodating, and she's also attention to detail. Like she wants the photo to look nice. She wants the picture to be centered.
I'm
still
still here. Give me one second. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
No, you're good. She's got all that side of things. She wants to learn. She doesn't mind taking feedback and like critiques and stuff. And the fact that our personalities get along well and that we like laugh and we sing and we put on the music and whatever. It's just, I'm so tickled that it's the right fit. And she said to me, because I kind of reached out to her out of the blue. I knew her through like a group that we used to do together, but I didn't really know her well. But I knew I wanted to hire somebody. And again, it being in my home, I knew it had to be someone who I would trust enough to have them coming into my space. And so I was kind of just like carefully observing her from afar and like making like a mental, it's kind of creepy, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. But I was just kind of like observing her. Like she was taking good notes when we were at our group, and she was asking, like I heard her ask questions like, how should I do this? Can I do this better or differently? And so I'm like, okay, she's got attention to detail. She cares, right? And like she wants to perform well. Yeah. And so after our group was finished, it was weeks later, I sent her an email like, do you remember me? I'm looking for help in my business. And then we did like an interview. We actually met twice. I said, let's do like a sample where you try to listen to things. I was like, you could do this. You could hate it. You could be like, ew, I have to touch other people's old stuff. Like,
yeah, it's not for everybody. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. And so I kept asking along the way. And she says to me one day, she says, I have to ask you, it's been weighing on me. Why me? She's like, why did you call me out of the blue? I was like, oh, well, I was plotting,
True confessions.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But I really did want to make sure that it was someone who I wasn't too close friends with also. Cause like, imagine doing this with like someone you were close with that you felt like you couldn't critique, like, I don't know. There was just a few layers to it, but
yeah. So. I think that's somebody I never hire anybody that can't accept a critique or is like so set in their ways. Like for me, that's a red flag as far as hiring goes, because in this business, like we could be doing, I've changed so much, and like it could be like week to week, like all of a sudden, like eBay looks different, or no, we're using shop, like there's been so many changes, and somebody that is like unwilling to, be like, all right, just show me what to do, or, oh, can I do this better? Or just kind of was like, no, I'm doing it this way. This is the way you showed. I've had people say that, like, no, this is the way you showed me. I'm going to do it like this.
But we're changing. So surprise.
Yeah, not a good fit. Not a good fit.
Yeah, it's personalities, I wasn't thinking that at first. I thought, is this person going to be able to take a good quality photo and like note any flaws or whatever? And now I'm realizing that having someone that's, like you were saying, easy to take direction and those like personality compatibility is almost more important in some ways, because if they're not willing to change and not willing to roll with it or whatever, or being too rigid or anything, gosh,
rigid.
the wheels
That's the word I was looking for.
Yes,
rigid.
I got you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's been a journey, and I'm excited, and we're getting so much done, which is what really feels awesome, is that we're really making a dent in my money mountain.
I love that you said money mountain. Samantha's going to be so proud. So what
I listen.
If you don't mind me asking, and if you do or you don't want to answer it, that's fine. How do you set your goals? Like, how do you know where you're going?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I had I want to say like last year, like September, October, November of last year, my goal was to listen to this. You're gonna spit out your drink. Swallow first. It was
right,
yeah, we're ready. Yeah, and this is like, you can laugh at me. My goal was to list 30 a day, right? Totally ambitious, and I was there for like some days. I was able to really crank it.
Yeah,
but it was so unrealistic and it was unsustainable is really what it was. And I found I get hard on myself, and I think a lot of women in particular do this to ourselves, but also like many resellers. So we're entrepreneurial, right? Like we've started these businesses because we're like achievement oriented and like the sky's the limit. You can, be a $1 million eBay seller if you just fill in the blank, right? So I'm like, I'm capable. I'm going to do this. And I had these expectations, but I'm also a mom, and I do a ton of volunteer work, and I teach a fitness class, and I do a lot of things. And I have to like give myself grace and give myself a reality check of like, yeah, sure, I can, but I also only have the same 24 hours that everyone else gets. And I deserve some free time. I deserve to not be frenzied and frantic and whatever. So to answer your question about goal setting, I had set some really unrealistic or unsustainable goals. And I really found then that I had to be a little bit more thoughtful about what was going to have an impact on my business. And right now my goal is more about getting my inventory managed so that I can have like a clearer head. So my goal now is 20 photographs a day, which is totally doable right now. Weekends, I'm a little bit flexible with that. I still do try to do some photography so that my business doesn't like screech to a halt, but just knowing that I've gotten them done during the day. Also, when my helper and I are together, we are cranking and we're doing like way more than that. So that's like, now I'm like catching up. And then in terms of my listing goals, I just try to get as many as I can every day. My minimum is like 5 to list 5 a day. And then I try to have like a financial component with that. So like I can list 5 junk items a day, or I can list 5 good items. I try to have like a nice mix so that my business is always staying forward. I also cross list. So then I try to do at least 2 cross listings a day, a minimum. Some days.
What platforms do you sell on?
I'm on, so Poshmark is my main one, which I had a moment, as all resellers do, like squirrel, where it's like, we're in this direction, squirrel, we're in that direction.
All of us.
Yes, I know. I suffer from all of that. But I have these moments where I'm like, I should list to eBay first because of the stupid all the fields that they want you to fill out, and you get dings. Like I know that my listings are not as great. They're not as optimized as they could be if I was doing all the item descriptions. However, it's so cumbersome. So I list first on Poshmark. I use Flip, which I now pay for begrudgingly because it still crashes. My closet gets broken all the time because of the sharing tool, so I have to come to terms with it not being a perfect system, but it's good enough for right now. And then I'm on eBay is my number 2, and then Mercari is my number 3. I'm also on Kitizen and Depop, and Facebook Marketplace a tiny bit, Etsy a teeny tiny bit, and then I sell live on YouTube. And that's actually been going really well for me, the YouTube selling, but it's I'm inconsistent. Yeah.
Okay.
So
what is your like live selling? Ideally, what did like when you were really doing it? Like, what was your like frequency on YouTube?
So because my channel is such a baby channel, I have like 150 some odd subscribers, not very many. So I don't sell really on my channel. I sell on other people's channels who have lots of subscribers. And so I found a community of resellers who are live selling many different days of the week, many different times of the week. And whoever invites me on, I go with them. So I now limit it. I only do one a week because it's just too much otherwise for me. And also that's like my garage sale. So it's like when I'm selling low dollar things, like $1, $2 things. And I could just do it all the time, but then I'd be like neglecting my other stuff,
So what are these? I don't even know any of these, like,
oh, I'll have to send you links.
Like, yeah. I don't know. The only person I know was Angie Resells that really sells on YouTube. Unless people are doing their whatnot streams to YouTube like that, I know. But I don't know any groups that are selling like on
oh,
YouTube
girl, I'm going to connect you. I'm going to link you right up. So I think the biggest group, I don't know if you've heard of him. His name is Johnny. He's Cajun Roots. He just changed his channel. New England Cajun reseller, Johnny. I'll send you a message with the link.
I don't know any of this. This is a whole new world.
Oh, he's a big deal. So he's a big deal in the YouTube community. He has, I want to say, like 30,000 some odd subscribers.
Okay.
But he just has a giving spirit. So he does a he does a morning call at 8:00 every single day, Monday through Friday. And it's just a place for resellers to hang out and connect, kind of start your day right. And then he will do a hump day auction, and his hump day, I will see if I'll pull it up while we're talking and put links in so everybody can see too. And I'll plug my boy Johnny. He's been so awesome for my business and for my YouTube and just in general. But he does a hump day auction every single hump day, which is Wednesday, obviously. And he actually doesn't sell himself. He just has people on his channel selling, right? So he does that.
Samantha and Molly are probably going to be like horrified when they rewatch this because I am not I always say I don't watch YouTube. Like, I'm a podcast listener. I really don't watch YouTube. They're probably like, how do you not know this? Like, we subscribe to him. We watch him all the time. Like, you just made an ass of yourself.
No, it's fine. And I didn't know of him until maybe about a year ago or 9 months ago. Part of it is because he's not doing like these pizzazzy videos that are like, look at my photo display setup, or like, I've got this great method. He's more like a guy of the community that's just helping everybody. And like when he's on his morning chats, he'll talk about, oh, there's a new like in eBites news, like there's a new release of this, or this is some like e-commerce to know about, or did you hear about the Mercari change? Did you hear about the other Mercari change? Wait, Mercari's changing yet again. Like, so it's just helpful things, and we're all sharing. So sometimes someone else in the chat will say, did you hear about this? And then he'll do like deep dive research into stuff. So he's incredible. So he's also friends with you might know Veronica Mitka, Veronica with a K. And so she sells on his channel, and Glamma's Closet, she has a YouTube channel. They will do like collabs and selling YouTube selling events with each other. There's a woman named Ella who sells, I think she sells Monday through Friday. She is a hustler. She gets pallets delivered and she sells on YouTube. So YouTube selling is a thing. What you have to do your own invoicing, and so like the fulfillment is on you. But what's cool compared to like Whatnot and Poshmark is you can have a community of YouTube subscribers, and those are your people, as opposed, and like, so you just feel it's warm and fuzzy, like you're really connected with people, as opposed to the people I see selling on Whatnot and on Poshmark are like, it's more of a sale, whereas we're just like, hey, we're all hanging out and let's sell things together. There's Dawn Southern Finds. She sells I think 2 days a week. There's a Yarn Again Teresa who sells, like there's a whole community.
I
Angie will tell you too, because she's connected with us as well.
Oh my gosh, that is wild.
Yeah.
I'm totally out of the loop
Yeah.
when it comes to YouTube. I'm embarrassed to say, but now everybody knows. Yes, totally out of the loop.
It's fine, you're allowed. It's
And
okay.
I do a live sale every week with my business.
On Whatnot?
No. I Facebook, old school Facebook.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. So Facebook, and our software, you can you can stream to and sell on Facebook, Instagram, and live in the app. Like we have our own app. So it's like what you're saying, like it's just like a community of people. Like we come together every Thursday night, like the same people, pretty much the same people, sometimes a couple new additions. And it's just like a fun little hangout kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I wish they would add, so the software I use is Comment Sold that does that. And so, but it does all that. I would never go back to in the beginning. I did all the invoicing and everything like that. I would never go back to that because it was too much for me to handle.
Yeah.
But this does all the automation and puts it in the cart and all of that crazy stuff. I wish they would add YouTube though. That would be kind of cool.
So when you're on Facebook, this is something that I flirt with all the time.
Yeah.
So social media is, I don't want to say social media because obviously YouTube is a form of social media, but specifically Instagram and Facebook can be like the vortex of time and space. Like I will get sucked in and then I'll come up and I'll be like, what time is it? Like,
what day is it?
What just happened to me? Like I went to find a recipe or I went to see something and then I'm like, what just happened? So I try to limit my exposure to those apps and just really like not deep dive on them. So the other thing I haven't done is I haven't embraced either of those platforms for my business. So like I don't have a business Instagram. I don't have a business Facebook. So are you using your personal account for all that or you're using your...
No, I use my business.
Consignment Chat. Okay, great.
Yeah. So that's through Consignment. Yeah. So that's different than
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So and I have to say, like, I celebrate your decision not to do that because I think it's one of those things like squirrel, right? Like if you're building on YouTube, stay on YouTube. Like,
right.
Facebook is finicky and you can't really count on it, right? That's why I have in my own app so I can go live in there. You know what I mean? So I'm not dependent if Facebook goes away tomorrow or we get banned or whatever. It's just so arbitrary sometimes, even, in Instagram too. Like Meta is very can be very finicky and arbitrary, and you don't want to build your business. I always tell people you really don't want to build your business on there because it can be taken away.
Yeah. And so I think it's like a valuable part of the mix, but I don't like to hang my hat on that. But I also feel like, so I'm negligent that I'm not promoting my business. Like, let's say I could link my Poshmark closet, or I could do other things to promote my business if I was on Facebook and Instagram. But then I also feel like then I would be like, that's one more thing to manage. Like, am I checking my comments or am I checking my feed or what? I don't know. I just feel like,
I think what you get in return for the time you spend on it is, I'm going to say what I know of it would not be worth it. The time you will spend on it, you will not get the return on it. Right. Like people say, oh yeah, you have to share, like you get such a boost if you share your eBay listings or your Poshmark listings. Unless somebody has a crazy cult following, I have never seen evidence of that actually working for somebody. Usually people are just frustrated and like, how do I build engagement? How do I do this? How do I do that? Like, this just isn't working. They're not getting traffic to their eBay listings from social media unless they have a crazy cult following. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. And thank you. Cause that's really validating. Cause that does make me feel better. And that's part of why I've kind of made the decision and I haven't felt lacking. Like I haven't felt like, oh, you know what? I really need to get on that. Like I'm really suffering because of it. So I agree. But I also feel like then there's opportunities like live selling on Facebook. Perhaps I really need to explore that more and just see see more about, what that could do for my business. Is selling on YouTube the best platform or not? And again, right now I'm hitching my cart to other people because they have a following and they have these promotions, but it's kind of cool. And I think you're going to get excited. Like once you watch some of the live YouTube selling, it's always multiple, well, not always, but it's more often than not, it's multiple people selling. So we'll either do like rounds where everybody goes 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, or 3 items, 3 items, 3 items. And like some people sell on auction style, some people sell with like just a buy it now price. And then some of the shows are, you get 30-minute segments like Johnny's. He'll do a member special spotlight, and everyone will get a half an hour block. And when it's your time, you just go hard for a half an hour. And then when you're done, you just hang up and you go home, So
that sounds so fun.
It really is. And that's what I love about it too, is we laugh and we joke. I mean, a couple weeks ago, one of the guy, there's other ones, two old guys vintage, and then there's two hip chicks. But two old guys is this really sweet, adorable married couple. But one of the guys put on a red tutu and he was dancing around his tutu, and we were just cracking up. So it's more social, I guess, than anything else. And so that's been good for my business. It's been like the missing layer, I guess, because I was like, how do I get gone some of these really low value things? I want to keep them moving through my store. There's still something there. And I think sometimes I probably need to excuse myself of this, but sometimes I feel I owe it to my consignor to try to move things. And so I'm like, all right, now we're cranking on the low dollar things. So I probably need, like, we could probably do like a whole hour long chat on like you telling me how I just need to let stuff go. Oh,
that is my favorite topic, is letting go. Like my all-time favorite like thing I ever talk about, and I have a lot of favorites, but letting go is just I won't even get into it because I won't stop. I'll just so I
feel there's like a layer of there's like a layer of indebtedness where I feel sometimes that's hard because of like a feeling of obligation to my consigners. If it was just my stuff, it would be different, but
it is
anyway.
But maybe if you put an end date on your contract, that obligation ends with the end date on the contract. Think about that. Like that obligation that's weighing on you, it ends with the contract, whatever that is. Like, so Samantha does stuff. So she liquidates her low dollar value items in a Facebook auction group. Like she just has a local auction group and she just does stuff that way. I think last year I started at when things expire 60 days, my consigners get like a grace period. So during that time, I put stuff, everything goes 50% off on eBay. Like I run a 50%, and my consigners wanted that. They were like, can you just liquidate it at the end? I was like, yeah, if you're fine with it going like 50% off, sure. Right. So I do a 7-day 50% off sale, and that's the way I liquidate and give it the last final chance to sell.
So this is interesting. So I love that everyone has like a different method to getting rid of, like, clearing things through, whether it's discount or who was it? Did you say it was Samantha or Molly who does a Facebook?
Samantha.
Okay. Yeah. And what is that? Like, she just found a group that people buy, like it's just buying on Facebook. It's
so she runs it's a Facebook group. It's a private group in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, 24-hour auction group. And people just post an item. Generally they start at $1, but you could start at whatever you want. And people just in the comments just bid it up. So she runs that auction group, and it's pretty successful.
And so then
there's a video she has on it.
Okay, I'll have to check that out, because that has my wheels turning too. Because I mean, if you've already done the listing, right, you already have like some of that behind, like you put the work in, right? So like to leverage that and just like import it, I guess, over.
Yeah, she uses it for clearance, and she uses it if she gets things in that she doesn't want to put the time and energy in to sell. Like it's not worth it for her. she'll tell the consigner, I'm going to put this in my auction group, and I'll find. Let me see if I can find the video, because
this conversation has been so helpful, Libby.
you're like, now I have 500 more things to do. Thanks a lot.
Right. Yes. Thanks a lot. Right. I'm going to try to find some of these other channels and pop them as I can find them.
All right, you do that. I'm going to find I'm going to find Samantha's video. Let's see if I can.
I'm actually just going to link. I'll put up Johnny's channel, because he's like the he keeps everyone together, and then you can, once you see him, you'll be able to check out all the other people too.
Awesome. There's a whole, I was going to say, when you said like the reselling community is small, I was going to say, but every time I talk to somebody or I go to an event and meet people, like there's this whole other like subset of, like, you think everybody, right? And who everybody is. And then there's like this whole other thing going on over here that I had no idea about. Never fails.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the cool thing about YouTube too, in particular, like there's constantly a new wave of people who are like, trying different things or doing things differently. And even us, like our little section of specifically consignment, a lot of people on YouTube are like they're like, why do you do that? Or how do you do that? I'm not really very, I'm not very good friends with anyone in person who, I know a lot of in-person consigners, but not many in-person resellers, but not many consigners. Yes. So that's kind of unique, I think, as well. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely check that out.
Yeah.
So I have to go, because I have to go feed. I adopted, my daughter rescued a kitten. And I brought her back from Charlotte with me. Yeah. And she needs to be fed every like 3 hours by bottle. So yeah, I gotta go feed her.
Baby, go be a good kitten mommy.
Yeah.
Do you have any pictures? I have to see pictures. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes. Cute. Oh yes. Well, I could pop one up here on the screen, I think. Let me see if I can. If I can do this.
Do. Bottle feeding a little baby kitten.
Oh my gosh. I have to get a, let's see, I have one of her driving home with me. Oh, there's the bottle feeding one. Okay, let's see. Let me put them on my MacBook. Let me see if I can upload them here. Samantha and Molly are really good at this stuff. I'm like the worst.
Oh, if it's a pain, don't worry about it. I just, like, you had me at little baby kitten and bottle feeding.
No, let me try it. I want to make them proud when they rewatch this. After I'm sure I disappointed them. Oh,
this has been perfect. So I think they're going to be quite impressed. You've been very informative to me, at least. So you can say one happy viewer, if nothing
all right,
else.
I like that. Good. One happy viewer. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't let me. Let me try it again. I don't think it lets me do it from in the iMovie format.
Oh, trying to
import
it in.
Unless there's a good way to. Let's see. Let's see. File. Export. I'm trying.
Yeah, I pulled up and I'm saving the video that had to run a Facebook auction group. I'm wondering if I should start a group or just send Samantha a hi, please have mercy on me. Will you accept me to your group?
Oh, she will. Yeah, no, she totally will. And then you can see it firsthand.
Okay. Hey, Flippin' Jaybird, listening while I sort Lego. Wait, are you sorting Legos? That sounds either really cathartic or really terrible. She's another happy viewer, by the way. You have 2 of us. Woo-hoo!
Oh, yay!
And she's not a Becky, so. Or maybe you are. I assume, is your name Jay?
It is Jay, yeah.
Okay. Good to meet you.
All right, there she is. I couldn't upload the bottle feeding. I couldn't upload, but that was her in my car on the way home.
Olivia,
Yeah.
she's so little.
She's so little.
Is
She's
she
so
hugging
little.
something? It looks like she's like hugging a.
No,
Oh,
that's her little
Oh.
like rice-filled sock, that green thing next to her. So she's probably like all warmed up on it.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I wish
So
I could get the movie to the video to upload.
can you put it just on your phone and play, like hold your phone up to the screen, or would that get all weird?
Oh, you know what? I bet I could share it and play it. Hold on, see.
All right, we have an
All
idea.
right, let me see if it'll let me share it. Let's see.
Jay, are you sorting? First of all, I'm glad you love sorting, because that is so much better than I was thinking. Like, these Legos. But are you sorting to sell, or are they like your or your child's Legos? My daughter was sorting Legos the other day, and it was fun to watch the process. But
oh, see, I love to sort.
She was building something. I don't think I would mind it so much, but I'd be like, I have so many other things I need to be doing right now. I'd have to just be like, I'm doing this with intention.
All right, let's see. Hopefully this works. All right.
Oh, oh my goodness, look. Her little mouth is moving. Oh my goodness. All wrapped up.
That's so cute. I'm getting like so much joy out of this little kitten. Oh my gosh.
I can imagine. What's her name? Did you say?
Wilma.
Oh, Wilma. Little baby.
Yep. Are you Wilma or are you Pat?
She's too cute. And how did your daughter rescue her, you said?
Yeah, she was crawling through a bush in the backyard. She was the runt of the litter. So the mom was like abandoned her. It was like during a storm and stuff. It was so sad because the mom was with the other kittens and everything. And yeah, so she did right in the middle of finals. She rescued him. Yeah.
And congrats to you, by the way. I saw your picture on Facebook that she just graduated, your daughter, right?
Did, yeah.
With all sorts of honors, right? She had on.
No, she didn't have honors.
What was that?
She had her sorority thing, and like a cord that her boyfriend's mom had made her. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, she looked very collegiate and very official. So I was like, "You go, girl."
We're like, it looks like you have honor cords.
Yeah. Just go with it. Just be like, yes, it's the honorific of the sorority, of the sisterhood, of the whatever.
Yeah.
Congrats just the same. A child graduating is exciting.
We were laughing because like when she went to school, like the schools I went to, like sororities weren't a thing. I went to a Jesuit school and it wasn't a thing. And so the only thing I knew about sororities was like what I learned from 80s movies.
Oh dear.
And I'm like, you're gonna what? No child of mine is gonna join a sorority. And I'm
like, this is an Animal House.
Yeah, that was my only frame of reference, and I was so wrong.
Oh,
so wrong. It was like the best thing that ever happened, but I was like, no, girl, no.
Oh, that's really funny. That is really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jay, I miss you, Jay.
I love that, Jay. That's so awesome that you're like rocking the Legos for your own enjoyment and satisfaction. I want to be you when I grow up. Can I just say, because that sounds lovely.
Jay is awesome. Aww. She is so fun. So if you ever come to any reseller event, she's in Vegas. They moved to Vegas.
Oh, cool.
She does storage units. She does, Mikey Bags of Money?
No.
Okay. All right. Very fun reseller. But they've been doing some storage units. I think you guys are still doing that, right?
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
Does Jay do that on her channel?
I think Mikey was showing some of it on his channel. Do you do it on your channel, Jay? See, now I'm embarrassed again because I'm not a YouTube watcher.
Well, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it. So I'm like a big reader. I listen to books a lot while I'm doing my stuff. And like that actually will dangle that carrot, because I'll be like, oh, I just, I don't want to do my photos. And I'll be like, okay, I'm going to save this part of my book to like entice me to do that. But then I'll go days without watching YouTube. And then I'll be like, okay, I'm feeling uninspired. I'll watch like a video about somebody who's like, I'm making all sorts of money. And I'll be like, yes, I need to do that. And then I'll get back into YouTube. Let's do that.
That's me. Oh, Carmen just got here. I was just going to feed the kitten, Carmen.
Is that your daughter?
Carmen, no.
Oh, okay. Hi, Carmen.
Carmen's in our motivation a minute, our morning motivation call we do and everything. She's awesome. She's in the community. You'll see her outfit of the day picture.
OOTD.
Yes, it's awesome.
Oh.
Yep.
I'll have to come join you in the Patreon. I've been trying to be really like thoughtful of how many memberships I do and all that stuff. And I also feel like I get like all in on something. And so like if I was joining in on something and then neglecting something else, I'm like, just stay focused, Becky, because
you're like me. See, that's what I'm like too. That's totally what I'm like. Like I'm either all in or all out. Like I don't like to do halfway.
Yeah.
No, I feel you on that for sure.
So I've been like struggling. As of right now, I just have like a hard blanket rule. I'm like, I'm not in any Patreons. I'm not in any groups. I'm not like whatever. But I also feel like I'm missing out. So
yeah, I was in one for when I first like found there was a reselling community. I was in one for maybe 3 years.
Okay.
And it was awesome. But that was my rule, is I only did one. Yeah. And then we did ours, and that's really the only one I do.
Right. Yeah. That's your one. You still have one. Right? You're still abiding by the rules.
I had to do away with the other one because I have to be all in, right? I'm not gonna do it halfway. Yeah. Oh, well, that could be too much. The storage units. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
So that's like a whole other thing, because Jay, like you then have to move that out quick, right? Or else you have like literally a whole storage unit filled of inventory like that. I can see how that would be crazy. I would want to sell every single thing. I'd be like that person who's like, I'm going to sell everything in the store. I think most storage unit buyers, sellers, like take what they want, right? They take the good stuff and then they donate the rest, right? Isn't that what they mostly do?
Or sometimes they have to put it in a dumpster.
Well, right. Yeah. And I would not be okay with that. So like, I don't think I could handle storage units. I mean, like, I'm going to sell and monetize every single thing that's in here. And then I'd be like, what did I just do? Bought a huge unit. It took you a year. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. But I would have all sorts of I would put all sorts of emotional stuff. Should all over the place. You ever hear that expression? Don't should all over yourself. I would be shooting all over the place. It'd be a should storm.
No, what it would do is you'd have to get through it, and you'd be so hard-hearted by the time you were done with that thing. You'd be so callous.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm so callous right now. It's not even funny. Like after doing this for so many years, I'm like heartless.
But I'm so glad that you said that though, because I needed to hear some of that, and that's where like I've been consigning only like maybe 2.5 years. And so like, I'm still like a baby consigner in that sense, where I need to hear some of those hard rule parameters. And I think I'm also at the point now, as things are growing, where if I don't set the boundaries, I can see where things could snowball really quickly. So I am doing that. But also my fix was like, oh, hire someone. Whereas I think another fix would be like, I'm not promising, or I'm not listing, or I'm just not taking some of these low value things. Yeah. I'm just, if I could find a way to put them in a big, like in a lot, and just call it like a mystery box of mystery box of like low value items for $5, like take it all or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that in one of my
I think Samantha's auction group might be a good something like starting something like that might be a real good thing for you.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because it's not all super low dollar stuff, but especially if I have some kids type stuff, like I do want to see like those things go to a good home. It's just photographing and listing for a pair of kids, and I can lot those up and stuff, but still. Anyway, you should have hooked up with a consignor. No,
I'm glad we don't live in Vegas, Jay. So glad we don't live in Vegas.
too funny.
All right. I got to go take care of that kitty cat.
Yes. Go enjoy your bottle feeding cat. Thank you so much for the chat and all of the advice.
Oh
and
my
all
gosh.
of this
Thank you. Are you kidding me? This was so much fun. This is what we live for. All right.
Well, I'll look for you again. I'm glad that I caught you live and thank you for having me on your channel. This was fun.
Thank you.
So,
Have a good night. Thanks.
see you soon. Bye, guys.